Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Ladies, understand something. The top end of a woman's weight is 145 pounds. Okay. My mother's 5'9", and she was 145 pounds until she was 50. That's the top end of your weight, because there should be about a 40-pound difference between you and men.
Basically, if the guy is rich, what ends up happening is the lawyer contacts the person and be like, hey, you know, your name gonna be all in the paper, so you might as well just settle out of court.
I can recognize talent. Even if I don't agree with the politics, a lot of the politics that was underlying in the show and some of the sentiments he was trying to share, I recognize artistry when an artist is present.
Yes, this is the definition of absolutely cooked. We'll never go back and take a look at her bad decision and take accountability for any of that.
Because there is powerful people in the industry, somehow there is a different law that applies to them. And I agree with that assessment.
What up, people's peace and blessings. Glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. We back. We live, baby. Happy Saturday. I hope all is well with everybody in the building. You already know the energy. If you was here earlier, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. You know what I'm saying? We try to pop up the entire weekend. Shout outs to you. Shout outs to my writers, my poets. Jen in the building. Shout out to Sydney. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to JJ. Shout out to everybody, man. We alive. We're well. We breathing. We in good spirits. I don't know about you, but it's a good day to be alive, man. So, matter of fact, let me bring this up here too while I'm at it, just in case I forget. Topics, questions, future shows, panels, everything you need is at the bottom of the screen. I want to give a special thanks to everybody who has subscribed to the YouTube channel. I appreciate it. I am constantly at the laptop working, recording, doing my thing up here, man. It's not for naught. I don't want none of my content. I don't want none of my platforms to be just blimp on cyberspace. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to have meaning. I wanted to have direction and purpose. And the men and women that I bring to the show all bring something very diverse and very unique to the channel. So I want to give a special thanks to them. We got some stuff to cover tonight. I'm definitely going to address two different subject matters. One is the Kevin Hart, DRUSKI situation at the BET Awards. The other one is the Keith Sweat comments. I've read we got a lot of bitter, angry women for no apparent reason. None whatsoever. I don't know why y'all feel so offended by what he said, but it's cool. It's all right. I understand it. And I want to address his comments. I'm going to actually address the the echo chamber out there that's screaming, "Oh, he's old. He's old. Why is his old ass doing this? He needs to sit down somewhere. Wasn't you just begging in all of your songs? Wasn't you the one that was making all these promises to women when you were such and such? Why you?" Yeah, yeah, I understand. I got you covered. Rest assured. The first thing that I want to do, though, I want to make it perfectly clear. I am completely unbiased. I don't have a horse in this race. Either side, wrong is wrong, right is right. I always say that, and I always will stand by it, no matter who it is. I don't really care about that. The thing that I want to get into first is what happened with Kevin Hart. I didn't watch the BET Awards. I haven't watched the BET Awards in years. I know the shit is rigged. Nobody's going to convince me it's not rigged. I've gotten to an age where giving out awards, if they don't really mean anything for real, it's just a party for popular people that make money and sell music that's not really life changing or life altering at all. It's just a popularity contest with gold medals, in my honest opinion. So I don't really bother with them anymore. But the reason why I want to address this is because I saw that there are at least 5 different platforms that's spoken about it. And what I want to do is I want to acknowledge, first and foremost, I'm not taking away credit from people who work hard to accomplish their goals. If you put in the blood and the sweat and the tears to earn those awards in that lifestyle, congratulations to you. This has nothing to do with that. This is about this man's wife being in a setting with him and DRUSKI, and the people, the viewers all around the world looking at it and making it look like this brother lashed out or he was extremely disrespectful to Kevin Hart's wife, blowing it out of proportion, making jokes about it. You know how we sensationalize anything that comes off as sensational or filled with controversy. I watched it. Kevin Hart is just being Kevin Hart. The whole show is based on entertaining the viewers and the audience. He's a comedian, so he does what he does. Him, DRUSKI, and Casanat, they're pretty close. I have, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't watch DRUSKI. I don't know too much about him, or am I really entertained by Casanat? I don't understand the appeal. Maybe it's just because I'm old or I'm older. At my age, I'm not looking at certain things the way that the younger generation is. Like, I don't find nothing humorous about how he streams, and it's not even about that. It's about, this is the BET Awards. You're going to get a bunch of scripted scenarios between artists and actors and actresses between segments before they bring out somebody to announce a winner. It's always been like that. I don't understand how anyone even consider that exchange between Kevin Hart, DRUSKI, and his wife to be anything more than just entertainment. But since we do have a few people who looked at it and said, "Oh shit, DRUSKI's trying to smash Kevin Hart's wife. Uh-oh, we got danger. There's something going on here. We need 80 blogs about it. Everybody needs to save the date. Go into the archives, pull up Kevin Hart's relationship history. Go into DRUSKI's history. Let's start digging up dirt. Let's start clipping. Clip. Highlight reels. What happened here? What happened there? All right. Yeah. We're not gonna do that. But let's go there if you want to. Kevin Hart's first marriage didn't end too well. DRUSKI's content is not for adults over the age of 21. Not a real popular opinion, and I did my reactions to DRUSKI's popular show. DRUSKI is for teenagers and adults who still live like they are children. And I know a lot of people not going to like that I said that, but I mean, it is what it is. At a certain age, there's just some things you need to grow out of. What he promotes, I don't support. But you make your money the way that you make your money. Congratulations. I'm not knocking anybody's hustle. Whatever works for you, works for you. Kevin Hart's a successful comedian, but he's not perfect. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs of his relationship. That's not my place to judge. But I was under the understanding that there was abuse, there was infidelity, there was a lot of deception, a lot of uncomfortable truths within that marriage. Now he's with someone else. You can't escape, nor can you avoid the scrutiny or the stigmas that is placed on you as a black man. Everything that you do is under the microscope, whether it's positive or negative. We perpetuate what we deem to be successful. We perpetuate and uplift what we deem to be entertaining and filled with intellect and knowledge. We make or break characters. We make or break success stories. We make you a star, or we turn you into the abyss and hand you over to the shadow realm to forever be nothing more than a name, a tag, and a worker that nobody will ever know about. So what are we doing here? When you saw the video and he kind of crashed out, did you really take that serious? Did you really think Kevin Hart was threatened by DRUSKI? I didn't see it that way. And actually, it can go either way. Either him and his wife are into the Hollywood little weirdo parties and they get passed around just like Diddy, or it's just a solid marriage. He trying to do things the right way, and it was all in fun. There was nothing about that was a threat, nor was there a reason to even consider this man being a danger to their relationship whatsoever. I believe, Jen, I believe when when people in Hollywood and in the industry say they love the other person, I don't really buy it. I don't think too many people in the industry really love the other person. How could you have married your first wife and then ended up getting a divorce with her, having children with her? Matter of fact, now that I think about it, if I'm not mistaken, the woman that he's with now, he cheated on his first wife with. I could be wrong though. I know it was one. It was one or the other. It's either her that he's married to now, or it was another chick. But the point is, it's like I don't take none of them relationships serious at all. Hold on a second. It takes a lot for me to it takes a lot for me to really be convinced that these marriages and these relationships in the industry are legit or solid, because they always end up in the same rent cycle over and over again. Hold on, let me bring this up here because you sounding off. um so maybe I'm just a overly skeptic, but just because you can make somebody laugh, that don't mean they loyal. That don't mean they faithful. You can be the most charismatic, most personable person, most friendly person, most wealthy person in the world and still be a piece of shit. I'm not going to say that's what happened here. And you said that she cheated first. I don't know that. She could have. It isn't neither here nor there. I'm really just going off of the reactions that people had with him going at Drewski about her, as if there was a reason for anyone to take that serious. I don't necessarily believe that there was anything there to take serious. You know what's interesting about the abuse part though? Because I just did a show on abuse. What was that? Thursday? How nobody, especially the world in general, don't care about men being abused by women or being abused in general. Women absolutely do abuse men. Absolutely. But it gets laughed at. No one takes it serious. You're supposed to eat it. You're supposed to tough it up. I read comments from at least 15 different men, a handful of women who said the reason why no one talks about it is because don't nobody care about the shit. I don't even recall Kevin Hart saying anything about abuse, but men don't talk about that. Men aren't allowed to talk about that type of stuff. Whatever happened, he found somebody, he moved on with his life. He seems to be in a better place as far as we know. The BET Awards happen. They have a sketch or something backstage. He assumes that she's being too friendly with him, or Drewski's being too friendly with her. He lashes out. The internet blows up over it, taking it way too serious. A lot of that shit just be for show. Put it this way. What would it really do for us? Would it really make a difference if there was some stuff going on with the marriage? Would it make a difference or change your perception of Kevin Hart or Drewski or his wife if anything off was happening up there on that stage? See, I have not heard. I'm gonna need sources. I have not heard not a single thing about any of this shit. I haven't heard not one thing about any of that. Now, if that's true, I'll spin back. I'll definitely spin back on that because we're not gonna sit here and act like that don't happen. I did a reaction video. I don't even think I uploaded that shit yet. Her name. So it's Telvin Osborne, black man killed by his white girlfriend. She say that she accidentally was cleaning the gun, and as she was cleaning the gun, she forgot that it was on safety. She had her finger on the trigger, and as she was actually checking to see if the barrel was empty, she squeezed and fired the shot. It ultimately killed her guy. He didn't make it. She was supposed to be sentenced to manslaughter, but she got off on all charges. The internet blew up over it. They took shots at him because he was a black man dealing with a white woman. They didn't care about nothing else. And I bring that up to say women absolutely harm men. Just because we know men are more prone or more likely to commit these crimes, that does not mean that women do not do it as much. It might not get as spoken on, but it absolutely happens. I could never deal, if I was a celebrity, I could never deal with anybody in Hollywood. I don't know who's more greedier or who is more likely to be the opportunist, the one who's never walked the red carpet or the one who has walked the red carpet. Who's more likely to screw you over? All them dudes and all them women date within the same social circles, but they always end up either pregnant, divorced, in jail, or slandering one person on the internet. There's always an argument. There's always back and forth. Someone slandering the other person. Someone tearing the other person down. They're trying to promote. They're trying to advertise for a movie. They're trying to advertise for an album or some shit like that. It's always something. Malcolm Jamal Warner. What? Oh, I might have to do some research. I haven't heard nothing about any of that. I don't want to put out no false narratives or no false information. Angel was trying to harm. I have no idea who you speaking on now. The brother is a comedian. He's just up there just joking around, bullshit. They on camera. They're live in front of millions of people. If there was really an issue between him and DRUSKI, I don't think it would have been handled like that. I think that was just a whole sketch. I don't think there was any more to it. That's pretty much what I want to address. Also, just because you see something on the camera doesn't mean that it's real. It doesn't mean that the shit is to be taken serious. Everything that you see is not. Sometimes it's at the point to where I think some of this shit is AI generated. I'm starting to notice that AI has gotten into a lot of these content creators' pages. They're using it to make stories and create beefs and create situations that ain't even real. You'll think Obama is talking the shit to Hillary Clinton. No, that's AI generated. You'll think Donald Trump said some shit to Kim Jong-un. No. This AI is getting out of hand, man. Rage baiting. I'm not saying that's what happened here. I'm just saying you got to be careful with what you're watching and consuming, because all of it is not solid whatsoever. I'm good on it. Whatever's going to happen, I hope and pray that if Kevin Hart is happy in this marriage, I hope that it's covered. I hope that it's protected. I hope that his hands aren't tied into some demonic shit that could destroy his household. That goes for DRUSKI and all of them. They all collab. They all intermingle with each other. So it's like, what do you expect? One of the questions that I was going to ask is if you would allow your friends or someone close to you to be extremely comfortable around your significant other. Because I don't want my spouse in the spotlight. I'm a private person myself. I don't believe in sharing everything about you to the world. Not everybody is supposed to see you. Not everyone is supposed to experience your highs and lows and your ups and downs. I think depending on what type of content you're putting out there, keep some of that to yourself. And I said that on a post. People got upset with me, and he thought I was hating. it wasn't about hate. It wasn't about hate at all. When you're connected to the divine and you have a spiritual birthing, you understand that life is a little more complex than skin and bone and blood and tears and sweat. You got to look beyond and beneath and unpeel and remove layers. You got to dig and investigate. You got to decode. You got to take words. You got to restructure the context. You got to rewire your brain. You cannot look at someone that has a high intellect and just automatically assume that they are walking upright. There's a lot that comes with it. And social media proves every single day that discernment is absolutely imperative, which will bring me to Mr. Keith Sweat here in a second, because ladies and gentlemen, you can be 5 years old, you can be 81 years old. It does not make one difference. Wisdom is wisdom no matter whose mouth it comes out of. A 5-year-old can be way more wise than you. Y'all be so prideful and get irritated and feel emasculated and disrespected because you got told that you were incorrect, or someone wants to give correction to you based on something that you had said that was not really factual whatsoever. Now, hold on, let me pull out of here. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get to my other thing. Let me see. Let me bring this up. I meant to do this sooner. My apologies. Mr. Keith Sweat was doing a performance, and during the show, he made a couple of statements that angered and triggered a lot of women, a lot of you. And I'm just wondering, I've been meaning to talk about this. It slipped my mind. It really did. I forgot. But I'm scrolling TikTok and I'm scrolling Threads and I'm scrolling Instagram and Twitter, and I'm looking for things to react to because my perspective is going to be different than a lot of people's, and I'm going to go a little further than some. I really didn't understand what was the offense about. I really didn't understand it. Why are you upset? I'm not going to play it because of the audio that's in the stream. I don't want to get kicked off or get copywritten or any type of strikes for it. But he's basically saying, what do you bring to the table, ladies? He's saying the same thing that most of us have been saying for the last 10, 15, 20 years. Like when it started getting worse, when the nature of dating changed, when the landscape shifted, y'all got more meaner, you got more angry, you got more competitive, you got more dismissive, you became more disrespectful and dismissive, and your level of empathy just completely dwindled over time. We sitting here telling you this is what we want, this is what we want, this is what we need, this is what we need. But social media said, fuck what men need. We don't care what men need. We don't care what you want. All we care about is you tending to us. You die for us. You cater to us. You spend all your money on us. You give us everything that we ask for. You drop all your dreams, goals, and ambitions while keeping your goals, dreams, and ambitions and give us the world. And in return, what you will get from us is the possibility of intercourse. Yes, the very possibility of coitus, sex, bedroom fun. Because that's all you assume we want out of women, right? We don't feel. We're robots. Gotcha. We don't go through, we don't feel, we don't work hard, we don't struggle, we don't face fears, we don't jump off of mountains and fight lions and gorillas and break bones and deal with sicknesses internally, not going to the hospital. We don't lay up in the bed for weeks. We suck it up. We go to work, come home, go to work, come home, pay bills, build houses, fix cars, remodel homes. We essentially are just robots to you. So you don't really give a shit about whether or not we need anything or want anything. Because as far as you're concerned, you got it in your head that we have everything we want. We have everything that we require. And it's right. It's not right. It's unfair. I mean, it's I'm not gonna say it's unfair. I'm gonna say the double standard is real, and we need to get rid of it. We need to go ahead and banish the double standard. Let's go ahead and remove the double standard from our English language. Let's remove the double standard from our conversations. Let's remove pride and ego from our dialect. We need to reshape the way that we have these conversations with men and women, because without the other person, society is dead. Society does not exist. Oh, he's 64 years old. Keith Sweat old ass shouldn't be talking about no shit like that. Oh, he's broke. That's why he said it. Oh, he's this, he's that. That's why he said it. Ladies, how old are you? How old are you? You got degrees, you're CNAs, you got PhDs, you got doctorants, you done went to school for 5, 6, 7 years. You put relationships on hold to go to school to get degrees and obtain this level of knowledge that would allow you to open other doors to success, so that you can make the type of competitive income that the men you have issues with are making. You do it, and congratulations to that. But now let's look at it like this. What you have achieved is very rare. Most of us will waste our life doing frivolous things in this world. We will never accomplish the goals that we were set out to accomplish. We will never get to a place where our purpose is fulfilled, because most of us we're lazy. We don't believe in anything. We don't have no direction. The people around us are trash. We don't have a real circle. We don't have real friend group. We don't have real fellowship. The women or the females around you, they lie to you. They don't tell you the truth. Everybody is out to compete with the other person or covet what the other person has had. This is just like we ultimately we screw ourselves up over this shit all the time. Never fails. Keith Sweat has not said anything that Kevin Samuels hasn't said, that I haven't said, that Jason hasn't said, that 80 other podcasts haven't said. Do you know how many platforms on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Rumble, on IG, on Twitter have all had the same conversations? We've all had the same ones. We sit with you. No Fugazi has 5-6 women on his shows. Fresh and Fit has damn near 12 women on their shows sometimes. Doctors, lawyers, women from London, women from Ethiopia, whatever podcast, they do shows for 5 to 6 hours. 5 to 6 hours. And they have 7, 8, 9 different women on there. We literally lay out the red carpet for you to have these discussions. Logically. I'm not going to say every platform is the same, but we lay out these platforms for you so that you can share your opinion. Let me know what you're upset about. Let me know what your issue is with men. Let's talk about why we are broken, why we aren't getting things accomplished in a healthy manner. But we still tend to never get anywhere with them. Keith Sweat has not said a single thing that most of us, if not all of us, have already said. But for some reason, y'all like to get under these comment sections and expose a bunch of verbal vomit everywhere as if it makes you intelligent, it makes you attractive, or it gives you a sense of, I told them. You don't really make yourself look all that flattering. If y'all really want to have these type of discussions, make sure that you do them in a healthy way where it's facilitated properly, where all parties involved can get off their chest whatever they need to without any interference. Simple as that. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. And I see, like, it's not going to change. And I know why it's not going to change. Because when it all comes down to it, the way that it's set up, they want us to hate each other. They want us to fight against each other consistently, trying to prove something to the other person when the ultimate goal is to bring both genders together under the same umbrella. But in order to do that, one side has to say, all right, I'm going to concede. I ain't always got the answers. I'm not always right. Maybe you can teach me something or show me something that I ain't seen, because quite frankly, what I'm doing isn't working. Y'all think this is all we care about? While it is, That's not our main focus. We require something out of relationships too. We require something out of women too. We know you're not just sex. We know you're not just a physical body with nice proportionate ligaments and features, and we know there's more to you than just that. We're not just looking at you like a price tag. So what's really going on here? Both men and women fall short. We both have things to answer for. But guess what? Most men already know where we fall short at. And the ones that don't understand it, they don't have the fellowship. They don't have the right people around them to tell them, no, this ain't it. Building, showing them the street life ain't it. Showing them what integrity really looks like. Showing them what pride gets you. Showing them how destructive it can be to speak life and death over your life. How important it is to have conversations where you can be open and vulnerable and transparent. Courses, classes, fellowships where you really interact and get to the root cause of why you were raised the way you are, so you can break generational cycles and curses, so that you can go into a relationship and cultivate and curate it in a healthy way, where your legacy doesn't suffer for your idiosyncrasies. Why are y'all so angry? What is your beef? It can't be with me or the regular 9 to 5 guys, or the dudes that ain't really out here in the street fucking with 20 different people. You can't have issues with them. So it has to be with specific group of dudes that you got issue with. Just say that. We give our entire life to you. We spend our entire life trying to please women, and then we die, and then you move on to the next. Or you get bored and you move on to the next. The culture is unhealthy. It's very demonic. The reason why you have an issue with what Keith Sweat says, and the reason why you have an issue with what Kevin Samuel says, is because it forces you to look at where you lack at. Just like I have to look at where I lack at. I'm not tall enough, so I got to make up for height here, or I don't make the type of money that I would like to make, so that I can do this and do that. So I'm going to have to do something about that if I want to have the things that I want. Or I'm not here, so I have to do this so that I can get there. Or I'm not vocal enough, so I need to start working on being vocal enough in order for me to get my points across, be more direct, be more intuitive, more inclusive in discussions and expressing my ideas and things of that nature, implementing different plans and objectives so that I can complete them. If I want to feel satisfied within my own life, within my own walking, and follow what God would want me to do, I have to do the internal work to have better friends around me, to have better love around me, to have better and more positive outlooks. I got to do that. And men, for the most part, never get offended by that. Men take criticism way better than women do. You don't want to admit that. I don't know what your issue is with that, but you're going to have to come off of that. That money is only going to get you but so far. And money is only going to get you on those travel destinations. It might get you them clothes. It might get you that food. It might open up a couple of doors. But when it's all said and done, when you go to bed at night, are you really going to be happy? This is specifically for the single women that's constantly failing at their relationships. But you keep blaming everybody else. Yeah, I don't know why you do that. Y'all don't last. It's their fault. Something goes wrong, it's their fault. You don't have no participation trophies in this at all. It's just them. Oh, I think I was just too trusting. Oh, I think I just gave too much. I was too loving to them. And I always get taken advantage of because I'm such a nice and amazing and awesome person. Everybody loves me. I give and I give and I give and I give and I do. And this is all right.
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you.
Nobody trying to hear that. You don't have to be the richest person in the world to know how to love someone and nurture and treat them with respect. You don't have to be the richest person in the world to know how to give somebody the best days of their life. You don't have to be a millionaire to know someone's love language or understand when they are broken and when they need to be built up. Most of these people are miserable. Most of these celebrities are miserable. Most of these relationships that get blasted and put on social media, they ain't even real for real. That should always be a facade. But you want to take, and you get triggered so bad by when someone says, "Oh, you need to do more than what you're doing." You can't just give me some pussy and I'm supposed to just shut the fuck up and be okay with your nasty ass, funky ass attitude. That's not going to cut it. Your box ain't enough. If you got a horrible ass spirit, nobody's going to want to deal with that shit. I'm reading comments and shit. I'm thinking to myself, oh shit. If you talk like this in the comment section, I know damn well you ain't a joy to be around in real life. 40 years old in the comment sections attacking a 64-year-old man because he has preferences. Don't you have preferences? Don't you all want something specific? So what's the problem? Does it apply to you? If Keith Sweat never opened his mouth and said any of the shit that he said out of his mouth, y'all would all absolutely, even at 64 years old, y'all would still give him some pussies. You know it, I know it. Robert De Niro is 81 years old. And he's about to have a kid if he hasn't already had his. Robert De Niro, 81. So all that shit y'all be talking about, trying to, oh, he probably got a little dick and he broke and he ain't got no money and he's short and he got a receding hairline and he looked like E.T. You would still fuck him. Stop the cap. If you if you had love and you had all this great shit going on, would you even be on social media as much as you are? Do y'all just go looking for reasons to be angry and upset and start fights and arguments and shit? Is that what that is? Do you even really want like a solution to these problems? Are you really looking for them? Or are you just content with the way that you view the world? So nothing else really matters. You're stuck in your ways. I'm going to go with the latter. I don't have to be, I could be miserable as fuck. I can be the most bitter person in the world. I'm not going to go online and take out my anger, my frustrations with my lack of on nobody else. I don't take my personal business and my personal feelings and take it into the workplace. I'm not going to do it online. Y'all should be humiliated, embarrassed, and ashamed of yourself for how you present your femininity to the world. You grown, you're all adults. Y'all swear up and down that you got it all figured out. You got more than me. You got more than this person. You got all these options. You got all this and all that, but you ain't married. And on top of that, if you are happy, why are you sounding so bitter? If you're so put together and so at peace, new you, new me, new year, new me, all that, why are you underneath other people's comment sections harassing them and acting like you ain't had dick in like 20 years? Yeah, I said it. When people are bitter and miserable and upset, they show that shit all the time. It never fails. They talk about you, they ridicule you, they try to embarrass you, they try to call you out on your shit. They want to attack your flaws. They try to attack shit that they think that you're insecure about. They try to do everything in their power to antagonize and get a rise out of you. Anytime someone speaks on things that they know is right or has a hint of truth to it, it always bothers people. Instead of saying, oh, well, let me think about this. It does make sense. You know, I'm not really the most easy to get along with. I can be a very problematic woman. I am spoiled. I am selfish. I am sneaky. I am conniving. Yeah. That's not what you want people to see, though. That's one of the problems we have. And that is why Keith Sweat said what he said. Feminism, social media, your favorite artists, rappers, they all told you that you can be Little Kim and Queen Latifah and Ellen DeGeneres. And now you're just saying, fuck all men. We're on the lowest of the totem pole. That's how you really look at dudes. You're attracted to us, but you look at us like we are beneath you. And the reason why you look at us like we are beneath you is because we've treated you like we are beneath you. Society has orchestrated it to make you look at us like we are beneath you. And we are all even on this walk of life. We will go horizontal. All of us will go horizontal forever and ever, never to return to this plane of existence. Heaven and hell is only the options that we got. Nobody is exempt from life or death. And you're not going to be able to compromise with your big titties and your fat ass when you leave this earth. One of the main issues, we too worried about pleasing ourselves and not God. God is the one that we should be trying to make happy the most. We are in our own bubbles. Everything is about us. And a part of this journey is to experience specific things in this life, but we're supposed to be saving souls, saving people from suicide, saving people from eternal damnation. We're supposed to be saving souls from being lied to, from being manipulated and controlled by the wrong forces. We're supposed to be light bearers. We're distracted, very distracted. No matter how you want to cut it. Keith Sweat didn't say nothing any more wrong than Queen Princella, Andrew Tate, Miss Pearly Things. The angry women and the sneaky ones that would take money from their husbands' accounts, stash it for themselves, just in case they get a divorce. All of them are the same. None of them are different. We're all even. We all lie, cheat, steal. We're all ungrateful. We're all fickle. We all have our own shit that goes on. Our focus is off completely. What is he wrong about? What did he say that was inaccurate? Because I already know what I'm expected to do. I know exactly what I'm supposed to have. I know exactly where I'm supposed to be living. I know exactly what my position in this life is supposed to look like according to the secular world. The men and women who are about the earth, about cars and jewelry and fame and fortune and notoriety, those are the people that you are trying to attract. Those are the people that you want to be appealing to. I don't want to be around none of that. I don't care to be around anyone like that. I've already seen what happens to people who live for this. This is $3. You think I'm about to sit here and spend $100,000 on a chain? You done lost your fucking mind. For what? So the next person that's watching can rob and kill me over it because they too lazy to work hard for their own shit. You think I'm about to spend $250,000 on a chain, on some shoes? What? When the woman that is for me is going to love me in Payless shoes and regular ass shit, as long as I know how to dress and I'm comfortable in my own skin, as long as I'm walking upright and I got God on my side and he loves me the way that I am and I'm being true to myself, I don't have to be a millionaire. I don't need to be seen by billions of people. God is my vindicator. God knows exactly who needs to see what, who needs to be where, and anything else outside of that, I count that as a blessing. Thank you. Y'all still living in this rat race on that wheel, chasing validation. I'm good. And I don't see nothing wrong with what he said. See, I'm different than a celebrity. I'm nothing like TD Jakes, so I will come and I will talk to a person. It's like, as far as I'm concerned, we're all on the same playing field. I will talk to a celebrity. I will talk to a homeless person. I will talk to a CVS employee. I will talk to a teenager about life, about what's going on in the world. I don't really care where you are or what your position is on this earth. No one is bigger or badder than the next person. We're all even here. But y'all don't look at it that way. A lot of you don't. And that's why you think men aren't shit. I understand though.
Bang, 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 bang.
I do get it. It's not entirely your fault, but it is kind of your fault. Because you fell for the trap. You let them tell you and give you. They manufactured your view of life. They manufactured the way you see men. Some of y'all still call black men niggas. That shit is a part of you. That shit is a part of your vocabulary like shit. Y'all still out here using terms that were never meant to be positive in the first place, and you're still out here screaming it to the top of your lungs. A black man just threw his 3-year-old in a river, let him drown, told his child's mother what he did. Now he's in prison. A black woman did a similar situation where her kid and lied about it. What was the issue with what Keith Sweat said? Women got to bring something to the table. Ladies, if you do not have God, if you're not living for God, you don't have nothing. Your body is not enough. Your sex is not enough. That is not going to sustain a husband. That is not going to bring you the internal peace and joy that you desire and thirst for. I don't care how many times you switch up your wigs. I don't care how many times you get on the internet and you cater and pander to these women out here that's going to lie to you. I don't care how many of these simps get up here and protest and profess their love for you and spend all of their hard-earned money on you. Internally, that will never be replaceable. Men require something as much as you require something. Give and take. Give and take. If what you're saying is you just want and there's nothing that you can offer outside of sex, and you get quiet every time that question gets asked, don't be upset and angry at the opinions and views of others. Don't be mad at him. Now, I think it's crazy as shit. You 64 years old and you ain't married. What's wrong? Are you that well off without marriage? And are you telling me that at 64 years old you can still get out here and pull whoever you want and not have to commit? Is that what you're telling me? Or is there something else broken in you? At 64, you supposed to already done been married 30 plus years. Ain't nothing out here. There's nothing out here. Everybody is walking around with AIDS, HIV, chlamydia, herpes. Damn near everybody out here got a bump on their face or some freaky shit. I don't think there's a single soul out here that y'all be looking. You get on camera and you're shaking your ass and you're twerking and doing all that, and that's cool and everything. But I'm looking at you like shit. As much as good as you look, you probably burning too. You probably done had multiple dicks in you. You probably like, come on, man. Come on. To the women that was underneath his comments, have the same energy for the women who participated in creating the problem that we have in 2025. That's all I'm saying. Sounds reasonable to me.
How dare you?
I don't see the issue. Unless we don't all have the same common goal. Is that what it is? Do we just not have the common goal anymore? This is what I see. One side is still for the world, and the other side is trying to reject it. And as long as you're still for the world, you're never going to get over here or elected. As long as you live for the world, the things that you desire or that you actually need will always be the furthest from you. And you're always going to have that internal agony and that wanting and longing and needing, trying to figure out, whoa, something is I have this, but it still doesn't feel like it's enough. You're always going to have that issue. This ain't going to do it. Them thousands of comments that's telling you how beautiful you are, all those cash apps that get sent to you, that's not going to do it. That love that you want, that family that you want, that you acting like you don't want, that attitude you got ain't gonna do it. You expect everybody to just cater to you and just make you happy. I guess we just expendable. There's nothing that can get out of this. You got a problem with cooking, cleaning. You got a problem with being nurturing. You got a problem with being in your feminine. You got a problem with biology. You don't know how to communicate, which is ironic because you're the ones that say you want to talk. I don't think you want to talk. I think you just want to flap your gums and run your mouth and vent and talk shit and be heard. Y'all should take a look through my catalog of live streams, and then you would fully get an understanding on exactly what it is that I am referring to. There's a lot of selfishness out here. A lot of greedy, undeserving, underwhelming performance pieces that's dressed nicely with a nice rectum. Just say you want slaves. Just say you want slaves that you can use when you want and put back when you feel like it. That's all you really gotta do. But don't act as if every single guy in this world is the same way when you know that it ain't. But I appreciate you being so vain. I do appreciate the vanity in you. It saves a lot of brothers waking up from dealing with you. It helps see you in a light that we would never have seen you in if you never opened your mouth. You know how they say a dude can talk his way out of sex? Well, ladies, you can talk yourself out of marriage. You can talk yourself out of a relationship. You can talk yourself out of a wedding ring.
What?
You can talk yourself out of a I do, out of a wedding, out of kids, out of a future.
What?
Your attitude is as is just as much a part of the development of a friendship, business partnership, relationship as anything else. We might even have to come back to that one. Don't be mad at Q Sweat. You know why? Because he's not the first and he won't be the last to have that conversation. Okay? Okay? You cool? We good now? You know what would have made more sense? I could have respected this. If you disagreed with the what do women bring to the table argument, hear me out. Because you know Chief Sweat isn't the first person to say it. So you know this is an ongoing thing. If you really felt a certain type of way about it, here you are, right here, right now. Let's talk. Matter of fact, let's debate. I invite you. I encourage it. Let's have it out. I have women, and I've had women on here, and we've had these conversations. This is probably one of the most level-headed podcasts where you can have these type of intense discussions without somebody storming out, throwing water, obscenities. We actually get somewhere. There's others like it. So you have the resources, you have the time, because if you got the time to get in the comments and talk shit, you got time to really have a sit down and a real legitimate one-on-one or group settings discussion about stuff like this. Because what you're doing is counterproductive. It's not really helping anything or anyone. And it make you look stupid. So yeah, shout out to Kevin Hart. Shout out to Keith Sweat. And shout out to everybody that pulled up in the building, man. I appreciate the love and the support, man. Some of you are new, some of you are old. I'm not sure who is who, but I do appreciate y'all for tapping in. Rob, for the repost. Much love, much love. Thank you. Don't know what platform you're on, but if you would do me a solid, follow me on YouTube, where you get a lot more in terms of quality discussions, not even just live streams, but other things that I got going on outside of this, where I'm reacting to things happening in the news with the wars, with just I cover a multitude of shit, like in general. And it's Saturday. We just had to get this one off. Happy Father's Day to the fathers out there, the mothers that are in the roles. Blessings to you. I'll be back tomorrow. Haven't decided what time yet. Did a URL Gnome 15 reaction. If I have any battle rap watchers in here, check that out. Yeah, we working. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your evening. I hope you enjoyed the show. And yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. This will be the first weekend that I actually enjoyed. I wasn't scrambling everywhere. I just watched some shit on Netflix called, I believe it's called Titan. It's pretty good. I'm gonna do a review on that one tomorrow. I don't know if anybody else saw it, but Titan, yeah. It was about these people going into the ocean or the sea, wherever, I can't remember where it was, exploring the Titanic. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do a recap on that one. I haven't watched Straw yet either, so I'm gonna have to look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna do a review to that one too. But y'all have a good one, man. You know how to reach me if you need to. I'm out.